In depth this morning, acne can be a horrible rite of passage for teenagers, but many adults also suffer the ill effects of the disease. It doesn't have to be that way, however. So says my next guest, Chris Gibson, author of the book Acne Free in 3 Days, How I Cured My Acne Condition in 3 Days. Chris, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you look great.
Wasn't always that way.
Yeah, tell me about you had a really harsh battle with acne.
Yeah, it started very early for me. About when I was 11 years old, I started having problems, and my parents were right on it, you know, okay, let's get him to the dermatologist and get this under control, because many members of my family had it. So we began that little journey, and it continued to get worse and worse as I got older.
How many years did you go through this?
About 15 and a half. I was well into my 20s before I finally found something that worked for me, and I tried
you tried everything.
Everything.
You had antibiotics.
Accutane, tried it all. And I had the deep cystic acne that you see that really bothers a lot of people, that can cause scarring, which is really the main concern of dermatologists when you have that particular condition, is that it leaves the pock marks and the scars on people. So I was very worried, you know, as I got in my 20s, it wasn't going away. I kept counting on it, you know, I'll outgrow it or it'll just go away on its own. It wasn't the case.
I went through something, you know, when I was in my, you know, just right out of college, and I went through it, and it's like, wow, I mean, I thought it was over. Why is this happening? And it really is like losing a battle. I mean, you look at your face and you can't even enjoy it.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, and your face is what you show the world, so you can't hide it. No matter how you cover it, it seems to just make it worse. So
okay, so things though changed dramatically for you.
Yes, they did.
When did that happen?
They did. I made a connection between my history of taking antibiotics and the food that I was eating, and when I made that connection and stopped eating those particular items, the high sugar, the same things you hear about a lot of health issues today, and got my digestive system back on track, gone. And it's never come back. So the way I did that was I went on a fast, a fruit fast, for 3 days. So not a typical fast that you hear about where people don't eat anything. I ate just only apples for 3 days. And I guess the fiber and the enzymes in the apple, that's the scientific research that's behind it now, actually created an environment where I got back in balance, and then the acne it went away. And by the 4th day, all the breakouts had stopped. All the swelling was gone. I was amazed.
Wow.
I was
you must
totally
be like, Eureka!
I couldn't believe it.
This.
I couldn't believe this would work when all of the other things I had done did not. And then, of course, after that, I learned what products to use on my skin from really good dermatologists, you know, glycerin soaps rather than the over-the-counter soaps that you see today, and exfoliating, all of the things that you need to do to care for your skin in our times today with all of the pollution and things going on. So the result is I haven't had any problems for the last, I'm 43 now, so what's the math? Almost 20 years.
And you look really young, by the way,
yeah,
so it really worked.
Yeah, I think that's part of the whole thing of learning how to care for your skin, and it's been amazing. It's amazing for people who get the book and see the same results.
All right, and this is your book, Acne Free in 3 Days, How I Cured My Acne Condition in 3 Days. Wow, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you for
and giving us this lesson, and I hope you guys out there, anyone who's suffering from acne, takes his advice, because I'm looking at it right now and it works.